I'm almost on page 10 now.
You read fast. All right, page 38, chapter 14. After a year in Colorado, Dad wanted to see me again. Her dad ran off with some new woman. In fact, he insisted on taking me to Italy, France, Germany, Spain, and Scotland, a 10-week trip beginning mid-June, which meant I wouldn't go back to Beechwood at all summer 16. So summer 15 was her accident. Next summer, she's not going back. The trip is grand timing, said Mommy brightly as she packed my suitcase. Why? I lay on the floor of my bedroom and let her do the work. My head hurt. Granddad's redoing Claremont. She rolled socks into balls. I told you that a million times already. I didn't remember. How come? Some idea of his. He's spending the summer in Windermere. With you waiting on him? Mommy nodded. He can't stay away from Bess or Carrie. Stay with Bess or Carrie. And you know he takes looking after. Anyway, you'll get a wonderful education in Europe. I'd rather go to Beechwood. No, you wouldn't, she said firm. In Europe, I vomited into small buckets and brushed my teeth repeatedly with chalky British toothpaste. I lay prone on the bathroom floors of several museums, feeling the cold tile underneath my cheek as my brain liquefied and seeped out of my ear, bubbling. Migraines left my blood spreading across unfamiliar hotel sheets, dripping on the floors, oozing into carpets, soaking through leftover croissants and Italian lace cookies. I could hear Dad calling me, but I never answered until my medicine took effect. I missed the Liars that summer. We never kept in touch over the school year, not much anyway, though we tried when we were younger. We text or tag each other in summer photos, especially in September, but we'd inevitably fade out over a month or so. Somehow Beechwood's magic never carried over into our everyday lives. We didn't want to hear about school friends and clubs and sports teams. Instead, we knew our affection would revive when we saw one another on the dock the following June, salt spray in the air, pale sun glinting over the water. But the year after my accident, I missed days and even weeks of school. I failed my classes, and the principal informed me that I would have to repeat junior year. I stopped soccer and tennis. I couldn't babysit. I couldn't drive. The friends I'd had weakened into acquaintances. I texted Mirren a few times, called and left her messages that later I was ashamed of. They were so lonely and needy. I called Johnny, too, but his voicemail was full. I decided not to call again. I didn't want to keep saying things that made me feel weak. When Dad took me to Europe, I knew the Liars were on island. Granddad hadn't wired Beechwood, and cell phones didn't get reception there. So I began writing emails, different from my pitiful voice messages. These were charming, darling notes from a person without headaches. Mostly. Mirren, waving at you from Barcelona, where my father ate snails and broth. Our hotel has gold everything, even salt shakers. It's gloriously vile. Write and tell me how the Littles are misbehaving and where you are applying to college and whether you have found true love. Cadence. Johnny, bonjour from Paris, where my father ate a frog. I saw a winged victory. Phenomenal body. No arms. Miss you guys. Where's Gat? Or how's Gat? Cadence. Mirren, hello from the castle in Scotland, where my father ate haggis. That is, my father ate the heart, liver, and lungs of a sheep, mixed with oatmeal and boiled in a sheep's stomach. So, you know, he's sort of the person who eats hearts. Cadence. Johnny, I'm in Berlin, where my father ate a blood sausage. Snorkel for me. Eat blueberry pie. Play tennis. Build a bonfire. Then report back. I'm desperately bored and will devise creative punishments if you do not comply. Cadence. I wasn't entirely surprised that they didn't answer, besides the fact that to get online you have to go to the vineyard. Beechwood is very much its own world. Once you're there, the rest of the universe seems nothing but an unpleasant dream. Europe might not even exist. Chapter 15. Welcome once again to the beautiful Sinclair family. We believe in outdoor exercise. We believe that time heals. We believe, although we do not say it explicitly, in prescription drugs and in cocktail hour. We do not discuss our problems in restaurants. We do not believe in displays of distress. Our upper lips are stiff, and it is possible people are curious about us because we do not show them our hearts. It is possible that we enjoy the way people are curious about us. Here in Burlington, it's just me, Mommy, and the dogs now. We haven't the weight of Granddad in Boston or the impact of the whole family on Beechwood, but I know how people see us nonetheless. Mommy and I are two of a kind. In the big house with the porch on the top of the hill, the willowy mother and the sickly daughter. We are high of cheekbone, broad of shoulder. We smile and show our teeth when we run errands in town. The sickly daughter doesn't talk much. People who know her at school tend to keep away. They don't know her well before she got sick anyway. She was quiet, even then. Now she misses school half the time. When she's there, her skin is pale, and watery eyes make her look glamorously tragic, like a literary heroine wasting from consumption. Consumption was what they called TB before they knew that it was TB. Sometimes she falls down at school crying. She frightens the other students, even when the kindest ones are tired of walking her to the nurse's office. Still, she has an aura of mystery that stops her from being teased or singled out for typical high school unpleasantness. Her mother is a Sinclair. Of course, I feel no sense of my own mystery, eating a can of chicken soup late at night or lying in the fluorescent light of the school's nurse's office. It is hardly glamorous the way Mommy and I quarrel now that Dad is gone. I wake to find her standing in my bedroom doorway, staring. Don't hover. I love you. I'm taking care of you, she says, her hand on her heart. Well, stop it. If I could shut my door on her, I would, but I cannot stand up. Often I find notes lying around that appear to be records of what foods I've eaten on a particular day. Toast and jam, but only half. Apples and popcorn. Salad with raisins. Chocolate bar. Pasta. Hydration. Protein. Too much ginger ale. It's not glamorous that I can't drive a car. It's not mysterious to be home on a Saturday night reading a novel and a pile of smelly golden retrievers. However, I'm not immune to the feeling of being viewed as a mystery. As a Sinclair, as part of a privileged clan of special people, and as part of a magical, important narrative, just because I'm part of this clan. My mother is not immune to it either. This is who we have been brought up to be. Sinclairs. Sinclairs.